In a country long known for its cultural homogeneity and aging population, a quiet demographic revolution is underway. For the first time in modern history, Japan's population story is being rewritten, not by its native citizens, but by foreigners. According to new data from the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, the number of babies born to foreign parents in Japan reached an all-time high in 2024, crossing the 20,000 mark for the first time. To be precise, 22,878 children were born to non-Japanese parents or to unmarried foreign mothers, a record high and a 50% increase over the past decade. These children now make up 3.2% of all births in Japan, a figure that may seem small but carries enormous social and political weight. At the same time, the number of babies born to Japanese couples has plunged to historic lows, just 686,173 in 2024, down over 41,000 from the previous year. This figure marks the lowest number of Japanese births in more than a century. The contrast is striking. As native births collapse, foreign families are becoming the only demographic group helping to slow Japan's population decline. Japan's total population, which once stood above 128 million, now hovers around 125 million and continues to fall at one of the fastest rates in the world. With a fertility rate of 1.2 births per woman, far below the replacement level of 2.1, demographers warn that Japan could lose a quarter of its population by 2070. But the 2024 data tell a story of subtle transformation. Behind the numbers are young migrants from China, the Philippines, Brazil, and Vietnam, now the top nationalities among foreign mothers in Japan. These families, many of whom came to fill labor shortages in manufacturing, construction, and care work, are quietly reshaping communities once facing extinction. Take the town of Oizumi in Gunma Prefecture, now home to dozens of nationalities and sometimes dubbed Little Brazil. Schools that once struggled with shrinking enrollments are now welcoming foreign-born children who speak multiple languages. Sociologists say such towns are the future of Japan, diverse, dynamic, and increasingly multilingual. Yet this shift is not without controversy. Immigration, long a taboo subject in Japan's politics, has suddenly moved to the center of the national debate. In July 2025, during the upper house elections, the populist Sanseito party performed better than expected, running on an anti-immigration platform and warning about cultural erosion caused by foreign workers. At the same time, Sanae Takaichi, the new leader of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party and a candidate to become Japan's next prime minister, made immigration control and badly behaved tourists key themes of her campaign. This marks a profound political shift. For decades, Japan's leaders avoided discussing immigration altogether. But as the country's labor crisis deepens, with nearly 1 in 3 Japanese citizens now over the age of 65, foreign labor is no longer a choice, but an economic necessity. The latest figures from Japan's Immigration Services Agency reveal the scale of the change. As of mid-2025, 3.95 million foreign residents now live legally in Japan, the highest number ever recorded. Most are in their 20s and 30s, meaning they are both active in the workforce and at prime childbearing age. Experts believe this group will continue to expand. Japan's Justice Minister Keisuke Suzuki recently projected that foreign residents could make up 10% of the population by 2040. 3 decades earlier than previously estimated by the National Institute of Population and Social Security Research. That would mean over 12 million foreign residents living in Japan by mid-century. If those predictions hold true, Japan, once seen as an island of ethnic and cultural uniformity, could become one of the most diverse societies in Asia. Still, challenges remain. Despite the rise in foreign births, integration policies lag far behind. According to Toshihiro Menju, a visiting professor at Kansai University of International Studies, most local governments lack structured support for foreign families. Policies and help for foreign babies born here and their families are lagging in many localities, Menju told the Nikkei. Most rely on non-profit organizations. We need policies to create a society where foreign national children, when they grow up, speak Japanese, earn as much as Japanese citizens do, and can support their own families. He warns that without such measures, Japan risks a divided society, one in which foreign-born children are marginalized and unable to fully participate in national life. The education system faces particular strain. In regions like Aichi and Kanagawa, where foreign populations have surged, schools are struggling to hire bilingual teachers. Meanwhile, social services are racing to adapt to families unfamiliar with Japan's bureaucracy or health insurance systems. For many policymakers, the dilemma is clear. Japan's demographic decline threatens its entire economic structure, from pensions and healthcare to manufacturing output and defense capacity. Yet the political resistance to immigration remains strong among conservative voters. Ironically, the very foreign workers some politicians criticize are now the ones sustaining Japan's labor force, and, increasingly, its birth rate. In 2024, foreign newborns offset more than half of the decline in Japanese births. Without them, the country's population drop would have been far sharper. Economists argue that Japan's future stability may depend on how successfully it embraces this new demographic reality. Looking ahead, the government faces a stark choice: reform or decline. If Tokyo continues to restrict immigration and underinvest in integration, the labor shortage will worsen and economic growth will stagnate. But if it embraces a managed migration strategy, offering paths to residency, citizenship, and equal opportunity, Japan could emerge as a model for demographic adaptation in the 21st century. Already, some ministries are exploring reforms. The government is considering streamlined visa renewals for skilled workers and foreign graduates of Japanese universities. Local municipalities are introducing multilingual public services and childcare programs for migrant families. But such steps remain small compared to the scale of the challenge. Japan's identity, long defined by homogeneity, is entering a new era. In hospitals across Tokyo, Nagoya, and Osaka, the sound of newborn cries may still be faint, but the faces of the babies are changing. A generation from now, historians may look back on the year 2024 as the turning point when Japan began to transform from a mono-ethnic nation to a truly multicultural society. And perhaps in the laughter of those 22,878 foreign-born babies lies the faint but vital heartbeat of Japan's future.